Everything's going well. I should probably speak into the microphone. Is this okay if I look? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's super good. Well, my name is Anuhea Jenkins. I come from the island of Maui in Hawaii, and I'm also living on the Big Island right now, but very happy to be here at Sunset Sessions. My auntie, as we say in Hawaii, my dad's sister, she's in a very popular Hawaiian band called Naleo Pilimehana. They had a huge following all throughout my youth and still do in Japan. They're very big. So I always got to watch her concerts. We always got to go watch my auntie sing, and she sings beautiful harmonies. She played the guitar. So I was always inspired by her. But her genre of music is a little more Hawaiian and contemporary, like a little more, mellow than my style of music. So I think when I realized that I enjoyed music and I had the guts to share it with my family and tell everybody that I wanted to do music too, it was helpful to be able to have her guidance a little bit. But it was probably not until I was about 19 when I started working at a coffee shop on Maui when I decided I wanted to play in front of people, and I had all the chords spread out on the ground below me, and I used to have to be really drunk before I would even perform in front of anyone, and slowly but surely just one thing led to another, and it got more comfortable. I would say a little more inspired by modern music like rap, hip hop. Reggae music is very popular in Hawaii, so I grew up listening to a lot of reggae, a lot of Jamaican reggae, a lot of international and American reggae even, and kind of have a style of my own, I guess. Very involved in the business side. As I started off doing it all myself with MySpace days, YouTube. I was printing out my own little CDs. I went to a public access radio station and had them just record me for 3 hours live on the air, or 2 to 3 a.m. When no one's listening, they let me keep the CD. And so I took that and I edited it myself on my computer. I had some experience in film production because that's what I actually went to college for. So I knew how to work iMovie, make my own little music videos, would design my own little CD cases and print them out, and just did it myself for a long, long time. And I think that's what helped my manager believe in me, or see that I was worth believing in, because I already did so much on my own that he knew I'd be a good person to work with, not just dead weight dragging you along. I wanted it too, so that was a good thing. I love my iPhone. I do have a Facebook. I have 67,000 fans, and I love them each so much. I post stuff every day. Instagram has been a new fun favorite for me because I love taking pictures. And Twitter, I have about 17,000 followers. I want to make that go up because I love to tweet, just the little thoughts throughout your day. Twitter is great for it. YouTube, I made my own music video with my iPhone on It's Simple Love Song, and that has over 1 million views now. I filmed it in New York City just walking around with my ukulele. So I just am a good example for people to see that it doesn't take a lot of money. If you have that drive, if you have the desire, you can totally get a lot of fans on social media. Yes. Bruno Mars, he's from Hawaii also. He's huge. He's blowed up. I opened for him once on Maui, and he's a super cool guy with the same, upbringing. Growing up in Hawaii is a very unique thing, and I just like his style so much, and I would love to work with him and his producers. I'm a huge Jack Johnson fan. I've also played with him too, but I would love to do an actual recorded song with him someday. And those are pretty much my two biggest inspirations right now. Yeah, both of those guys. I mean, Jack Johnson was a big reason why I first started playing guitar. When I was younger and I was living in Oahu, I would go surfing every single weekend. That was our thing. We were surfer girls. And after a long day of surfing, you jump in the car with your board strapped to the top and listen to Jack Johnson. He was just our soundtrack to our youth. And so, it kind of went hand in hand. After that, we would start playing guitar and try to play his songs. And I love him forever for it. I appreciate him a lot. I have a Beta 58 microphone that I just use for everything. I use it on stage because I like to get my lip gloss and my lipstick on other people's microphones. I don't like to do that. I feel bad. I use a variety of guitars. I have a Taylor, I have an Ibanez, I have a Martin. I have a local company called Pono. It's using Hawaiian woods. I just like to switch it up. I break guitars often too, so I like to switch it up a lot. But I also have a little interface that I plug into my computer for songwriting, so I'll just plug my mic and my guitars right into that, and it's great for GarageBand. I love GarageBand. Definitely exciting. That was my first album too, so I was, just getting into the real big industry, and so it definitely brought awareness to my rest of my album. The album sales jumped when it was the free download of the week or day or whatever it was. I actually peaked at number 7 on the pop charts for a little while. That stuff fluctuates all the time, but that was huge. I was beating some of my favorite artists on that chart, and it made me more legit and made my confidence go up. After that, iTunes used my CD cover in the tutorial, like they're dragging it around for the video tutorial that everyone uses. So iTunes always gives us a lot of love and we appreciate it. Yeah, I've read about my life. I read about my friends' lives. I read about struggles with the industry and struggles with finding yourself. The first album was songs written my whole life, up to that point, as most artists are. Their first album, they have their whole life to write it. Second album, 2 years later, kind of was going through some different stuff, kind of sung about the struggles a little more. So I was done with that. It was mostly love. And so I ended up naming the album For Love. I ended up releasing it on Valentine's Day to really seal the deal, and just wrote about the ups and downs of love in a not so disgusting way. Yeah. For me, I'm a girl, and I'm not in a band, so I have band boys around me. So it can I have to maintain dominance, I think, of the boys, because I like things my way. I don't like a messy bus. It clutters my mind. It clutters my vibes. So just making sure that I'm almost like a mama on the tour kind of helps. Like, you guys pick up your stuff, but also a lot of Crown Royal. Before I play, I like to have Crown Royal and a hot toddy. Crown Royal with hot water and honey and lemon. It's like a ritual for me. Afterwards, you can get a little looser. You can have maybe a Crown and 7. Crown is my thing. I have a song called Crown Royal. I love Crown Royal, and I'm not sponsored yet, and I would love to be. So help me out. That's probably a ritual. I love just bonding with your bandmates. Making it more like a friend thing. You're going on stage to have fun, but like I said, making sure that you have control of a situation, realizing that it is important business you're handling. This is not a joke. We're spending money most of the time rather than making it when you're first starting off. So every dollar is important, and you need to make a good impression on your fans. And also just hyping your shows on social media will make sure that you have great shows. My songwriting process is weird. Like my idol, Jack Johnson, I heard him in an interview say that he will sit down and he'll write an entire song in one sitting, and that's how he does it. Mine is not like that at all. I'll start a song idea and I'll just sing to it in my phone. And then, if I just to get the melody down, and then a month later I might revisit it. And then I used to do it on paper. Now I usually do it on GarageBand, or even on just the Word document on my screen, just to quickly, I'm just more efficient typing than I am writing. So I'll type out my song lyric ideas. Or other times, if I'm just throughout the day, I'll have a little notepad on my phone, and I'll just gather inspiration around me, whether it's a title of an article I'm reading, or I'll see a sign, or I'll hear somebody passing by say something cool, like walk on water, for example. I heard somebody kind of say that, oh, you don't have to walk on water. I'm like, well, that's a good idea. I wrote it down, went back into my room. I'm like, I'm gonna write a song called Walk on Water. And I just kind of mess around with the chord strums on my guitar. And then I pick one that matches, and then it kind of just happens from then and there. So Walk on Water is gonna be my new single, by the way, coming out soon.